Good afternoon. It's Steve Lookner with Right Side Broadcasting coming to you with some breaking news. A Southwest Airlines plane has made an emergency landing today because of a broken window. That's not a misprint. A Southwest Airlines plane has made an emergency landing due to a broken window. You can see a couple pictures of it right there. This comes just a couple of weeks after a Southwest plane suffered an engine failure, which resulted in debris, which smashed into a window and broke the window a couple weeks ago. And in that accident a couple weeks ago, a woman got partially sucked out of that window and ended up passing away, unfortunately. So today, a Southwest plane had a broken window. Let's look at the details here of this story, which was in the New York Post. Southwest Airlines flight makes emergency landing due to broken window. A Southwest Airlines flight bound for Newark made an emergency landing today due to a broken window. It was flight 957. It was from Chicago, diverted to Cleveland, Ohio, just before 11 a.m., 2 hours after taking off. 2 hours after taking off, it suffered a broken window. And pictures posted on Twitter showed a gaping hole in one of the windows, which we showed you before. We'll show you some more pictures. The 76 passengers aboard the flight were calmly directed by a crew member to grab their belongings and hop on another flight. Now, look what it says here. It says the jet was flying at 26,000 feet over Lake Erie at 514 miles an hour when it was suddenly diverted. How did this window break? And a Southwest spokeswoman said the decision was made to divert the plane for maintenance review of one of the multiple layers of a window pane. Now let's see here in the photos. Who did they take away their photos? They had photos up before. I'm going to have to go search for the other photos. This article had photos before. Now they're not here. The flight landed uneventfully in Cleveland. Now I have to figure out was one of the many panes broken? Multiple panes? Was there any exposure to the air outside? That's unclear from this article. So let me just look up. Let me do a little search here and see if I can find it. They changed the article on me, but I bet it exists somewhere else. Let's see here. Now CNN has this photo up. And you can't tell from this photo, they say a Southwest flight to New York makes an unplanned landing after an issue with a window. Now, what you can't tell is that window, I guess there are multiple layers to the window. Is one layer gone? Is one layer cracked? Is it more than one layer? Here's another picture that somebody posted. Here are the ones from the article that somebody posted. Somebody named Chalkel posted these. Now, if you look at here, that picture looks like one. When I originally I thought the whole window was gone, but or at least you could see you could go all the way through. What this looks like is there maybe are two layers to the window, and the inner layer is just like smashed through, and you can see to the outer layer. That's what it looks like there. But it looks like one of the layers of the window, or one of the windows, or one of the panes is just a part of it's gone, which seems like it shouldn't happen, I wouldn't think. Let's keep looking at these photos here. Yeah, here's another one. This looks like a kind of a serious failure. Now, maybe this is a crack and not... It's hard to say, it looks like it's quite serious, but it's hard to say. Let's see. Here's another picture here. And let's see. Here's another one there. So, it's hard to say what exactly happened. It looks like maybe part of the window's missing, but maybe it's just a really giant crack. But this certainly is concerning, given and remember, this might very well have nothing to do with the kind of incident that happened a couple weeks ago. Because what happened a couple weeks ago is a Southwest Airlines plane. The engine itself had a failure. A part of the engine, one of the fan blades broke off, and it caused this catastrophic failure of the engine. And then debris from that flew into the plane and broke the window and also broke through the fuselage of the plane. Whereas there's no word that any kind of explosion happened with the engines on this plane. So then the question becomes, well, if this wasn't caused by some kind of accident on the plane, what happened to this window? Why would it just crack like this? So Don't know. I'm going to see if I can find you any more updates on this. Again, this window, this happened on a plane at around 25,000 feet today over Lake Erie, and they had to divert the plane 2 hours into the flight. So going to try and see if I can find you any more information on this here. Associated Press also, I might have to change the headline to cracked window. I originally saw it reported as broken window, but I can't tell. See, New York Post had it as broken window. They have a little video here on the New York Post article. What is this? It says, EW said passengers on Southwest Air Flight 957 being told to deboard with their belongings and to reboard another aircraft. Let's hear this. Let's listen to this. If we can.
You're going to come straight out of B8. There's going to be some agents right out of B8. We're going to walk you right onto the plane next door. And we're going to get you taken care of. So once again, I need everyone to grab their belongings.
Okay. Let's see if we can find out more about that window today. What exactly happened with it? Here's a different picture that I haven't seen before. This person, EW, posted this. It says, Mickey Chin just sent me this picture of another blown out outer window. This says outer window. I can't be sure from that photo it's an outer window. On Southwest Air Flight 957 from Midway to Newark. Plane just emergency landed into Cleveland. Now, yeah, it's really hard to tell from these photos whether... So there are multiple panes to the window. It's hard to tell, are any parts of either of the multiple panes missing, or is it just a crack? And also, is it the inner part or the outer part that's affected? I can't tell from the photos. Let's see here. Yeah, here are some more photos here. But just very hard to tell. But it does, whatever it is, it looks quite serious, and it was certainly serious enough to cause an emergency, well, that doesn't really show anything, an emergency landing. But I should repeat, no word that this window issue has any relation to the other window issue a couple weeks ago, because that window that broke a couple weeks ago was hit by debris from an exploding engine, whereas there is no word that any kind of explosion happened on this plane or anything like that. So did something else hit it, something that was flying around? I mean, did it get hit by a bird or something earlier in the flight? I mean, it was at 25,000 feet, so I can't imagine a bird hit it at 25,000 feet. Is this some kind of stress issue? Don't know. Does this have anything more here? So this site called Air Live has this. All right, Air Live, I'll turn off my ad blocker. I'm going to wait, though. I want to make sure you don't have lots of crazy ads on me. To show it on screen. So let's see. I turn off the ad blocker. Is it going to get all crazy here? All right, no. So Southwest flight makes an emergency landing after window shattered in midair. Let's see if they have any new information here. They just have the pictures. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Now, this is Air Live. Now, I can't confirm this information. Air Live is saying a passenger reported that it sounded like a loud crack after something hit the window and shattered it. Now, I wonder what would hit the window at 25,000 feet. Passengers in the row ran away from the window, and some people on the flight were crying hysterically after the incident. That's unconfirmed, but it's from Air Live. You can see on the map there it was flying from Chicago on the left to Newark, which is out of the frame on the right, but it had to divert a couple hours into the flight. Although a couple hours seems wrong, because it seems like it wouldn't have taken that long to get to Cleveland from there. Maybe that information was incorrect. They're saying the aircraft didn't suffer depressurization, according to photos posted on social media, which would, to my amateur ear, suggest that the window wasn't broken all the way through. And again, the statement from the airline was that The crew of Southwest Flight 957 with scheduled service from Chicago Midway to Newark made the decision to divert the plane to Cleveland for maintenance review of one of the multiple layers of a window pane. The flight landed uneventfully in Cleveland. The aircraft has been taken out of service for maintenance review, and our local Cleveland employees are working diligently to accommodate the 76 customers on a new aircraft to Newark. Now, that statement sounds to me like they're trying to suggest this wasn't actually a dangerous situation, because they note how they say maintenance review. It doesn't say maintenance problem. It also says they made the decision to divert the plane, which would suggest it wasn't mandatory, which would also convey this wasn't a very dangerous situation. I'm not saying it wasn't. I'm just saying the statement seems to be trying to convey, hey, they didn't have to divert. Things would have been fine if they diverted, but they made the decision to divert for a maintenance review. And it's been taken out of service for an air maintenance review. Now, I don't know if they put out a statement like this minimizing it for legal reasons. Maybe they don't want to say legally that there was some kind of danger to the people on board. I don't know. I'm just saying the statement seems crafted in language to convey, hey, this was optional. We didn't have to land the flight. There wasn't a great danger, an immediate danger. I'm not saying that's true. I'm just saying that's what it seems like the statement is crafted to convey. See if there's any other news about this. Thank you, by the way, to our moderators. Barbara Braley, Guinevere, and Guinevere are both there moderating on the YouTube chat. And Common Sense and Gleno on the website. Now, this is being reported a bit misleadingly. So the Sun says Southwest Airlines plane makes emergency landing after another window shatters and blows out midair. We can't tell that this is related to the thing a couple weeks ago, because that window shattering was the result of engine debris hitting it, whereas I don't know what this window shattering was the result of. So it's possible that the cause of this is unrelated to the cause of what happened a couple weeks ago with the window. We've seen that photo. Here's one right there. Sizable crack. It's all the way around. What I can't tell is if any of the panes are missing or any pieces of pane are missing, but it's certainly a sizable crack cracks that goes all the way around the window. Wow. If you have comments on this or seeing anything new, write to me on Twitter at Lookner, at Lookner. Matt Camper says, do you think this could be something to possibly do with the maintenance of the window as a result of what happened 2 weeks ago? It sounds like you're saying, Matt, did they do that? Could they have done maintenance on the windows after what happened 2 weeks ago, and then that caused them this to happen? I didn't hear they did maintenance on the windows as a result of what happened 2 weeks ago. I heard they did extra checking of engines, but not of windows, because the problem 2 weeks ago mainly was with the engine and not the window, from what I heard. Now, maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's what I heard, is that the maintenance orders that went out after the sort of emergency urgent maintenance orders concerned performing extra tests on or additional tests on engines and not on windows. Oh, also, by the way, I'm just hearing this, and I've seen this. I saw this posted, and somebody just wrote to me about this. There's a report that a C-130 plane crashed near Savannah from the Puerto Rico Air National Guard. So Savannah, Georgia, a C-130 plane from the Puerto Rico Air National Guard crashed, and 5 people were aboard the plane. So I'll keep an eye on that after we get off the air here. We try to keep the streams to one thing at a time. But I'm gonna probably wrap this up pretty soon and check out what's going on with that. It's a military cargo plane. Anyways, so what we're talking about right now is this Southwest Airlines flight that made an emergency landing due to a shattered window And no one seems to know why this window got these cracks in it here. We'll wait and see if we hear anything in the near future. By the way, I just wanted to mention, so those of you who are regulars on the channel know that I am transitioning and leaving the channel, and we're going to have Tara Broderick, who is very talented, going to be taking over the anchor duties. But people have been asking me, hey, Steve, where can I find your new channel? So I just quickly wanted to mention that. We'll do a full announcement before I actually transition. But if you want to know where to find the new channel, and if there are no videos on it yet, but there will be soon. So the new channel is going to be called This Agenda Free TV. That's the name of the new channel. And if you go to there on Twitter, which is the new channel, it has a link to the YouTube channel on it. The YouTube channel is so new, I can't even give you like a simple link to the YouTube channel. I think if you search Agenda Free TV on YouTube, it won't even come up yet. But if you want to see where the new channel will be, you could go to @AgendaFreeTV, @AgendaFreeTV, all one word on Twitter. And then I have pinned up there, there's a link to the new channel. If you click on that link, you'll get it, and you can subscribe if you want to. And that's where the new channel will eventually be. You can see there is no content there yet. But again, people have been asking, hey, once you leave, where can we find you? And that's where you're going to be able to find me on Agenda Free TV on YouTube. And again, the best place to find where that is on YouTube is to just go to the Twitter page, Agenda Free TV, all one word, @Agenda Free TV. Search there, and then you can find that on Twitter, and then you can click on that link and get to the YouTube page. So that's going to happen pretty soon. It's not happening today. And I would also, speaking of the transition, point you to, if you want to follow her on Twitter, one of the new Right Side anchors, I don't know how many there will be, but one of the new ones is Tara Broderick, and she's @TaraRSBN, @TaraRSBN. So that's where you can find her on Twitter. And a big, quick thank you for donations. We got a donation from Trees Climbing Gear, who sent a message. He said, Polo, are you serious? And Polo Lavish made a donation and said, hoopity scoop, scoopity whoop, whoopty scoopity boop. Well, I don't know what's going on with Polo, but we do appreciate the donations to Right Side, because your donations are what keeps the Right Side broadcasting on the air. So we really thank you for your donations. Okay, let me just go over the specifics of this story again, and then I'll take comments one more time, and I think I'm going to wrap it up after that. But what happened today is the Southwest Airlines flight suffered a broken window. It was a flight going from Chicago to Cleveland, and Chicago to Newark, and it had to divert in Cleveland. At 25,000 feet in the air, this happened to the window. Now, it's hard to say from the pictures what exactly happened. It looks like there was a failure with maybe one of the panes in the multiple pane window. Can't tell if it's a crack, if it's just cracks or a piece of the pane is missing. I can't tell, honestly. But the plane landed, emergency landing. The plane has been taken out of service, and we don't know if this is related to what happened a couple weeks ago. On the face of it, it would seem it might not be related, because a couple weeks ago they had an engine failure. Pieces of the engine broke off and smashed one of the windows, and then a woman got sucked out of that plane partially sucked out of the plane a couple weeks ago. That woman eventually died. But today, this was not caused by any kind of engine explosion or anything. We don't know what caused this window to crack like this, but it is worrying that this happened. So if I hear anything more about this in the coming hours, days, or whatever, I'll post it on my Twitter. I am at @Lookner on Twitter, @LOOKNER, @Lookner on Twitter. All right, let me just do a last check and see what's up with this. If there's any more questions here. And I'm going to check on that military plane that crashed too once I get off the air. Just broke the system says that looks scary in the Periscope chat. And let me just see what's going on in the Facebook chat real quick. Hold on, I am checking out the Facebook chat to see what people are saying there. Judy Pierce Nacken says, crap, I fly Southwest. Now, I will say this, actually. I've been saying how there's no evidence that this window issue is related to the window that broke 2 weeks ago. But what is concerning, somebody might say, well, what the relation is that 2 weeks ago we had an engine failure. Today we have looks like a partial window failure. Is there some kind of thing going wrong at Southwest Airlines? Maybe there's not. Maybe Southwest Airlines has as good or better maintenance than other carriers. But somebody might look at these 2 incidents in a couple weeks and say, hey, what's going on with Southwest Airlines? I can't really speak to that. I'm not an airline safety expert, but it is something somebody might say. Daphne says, in the picture, it looks like there's no piece of the window to the lower left. I agree with you, Daphne. That's kind of what it looks like in this picture. It kind of looks like part of the window.
Daphne says, in the picture, it looks like there's...
Hang on one second. That was here. Okay, sorry.
I agree with you.
So it looks like the lower left of the window is at least missing part of one of the panes. I saw a different picture which made it look like there was a pane behind that piece which looks like it's missing. But honestly, you can't really tell from that if part of the window is missing or part of the pane is missing or it's just a big crack. It's hard to tell. Thanks. O2 Grand AM GT 1989 made a donation. Thank you. He continued the odd language of polo and said... Poopity scoopity doop whoop at RSBN number 1. Thank you for the donation. Joni Guthrie Orond wrote in on the Facebook chat, come on, Southwest, I have to fly again soon. Shutter Mafia says, I just subscribed to your new channel. Thank you, Shutter Mafia. Real quick, again, just a lot of you know this, but in case you don't know, and if you want to know about this, we posted an announcement called like an announcement from RSBN or an RSBN announcement or something like that about a month ago. You can find that on the RSBN site on YouTube. But I will be leaving sometime pretty soon, and there will be at least one and maybe more anchors taking over from me. Tara Broderick is one. She's very talented. But people have been asking, where's the new channel, Steve? And I just want to let people know there's no active new channel yet, but the new channel will be called Agenda Free TV. It's kind of hard to find on YouTube right now because there's no videos on it yet because I'm still at Right Side. But if you want to find it, the easiest thing to do is to go here, go to Agenda Free TV on Twitter, which is at Agenda Free TV. Right there. That account's up there. And you can just click on the link. Here's the link to our YouTube channel. So if you subscribe to the YouTube channel and you click notifications that way, when I start doing videos on that channel, you will get the notifications for the videos. So just letting you know. And that way, because I know people have been asking, and so I want to give you a heads up as to where that new channel will be eventually. But we'll give you notice when that's actually happening. All right, so I think right now we're going to wrap up this stream. Zach C in the YouTube chat says, plexiglass cracks and gets weak. That's what Zach C says. I know nothing about windows on planes, and I would assume they're not supposed to crack like that. I would assume they're supposed to replace them, or that when they install the windows, they have a expected lifespan of way more than the plane does. I don't know about this, though. So maybe there's maintenance they're supposed to do on the windows to check if they're going to crack. So many possibilities here. But all we know is that this window cracked on the Southwest plane, and we don't know why. But everybody's safe on the plane. So anyways, all right, we're going to wrap up this stream. I'm going to go check on that military plane which crashed a little while ago. A military cargo plane crashed in Georgia near Savannah, I think it was. I'm going to go check on that. But for now, thank you everybody for joining us here at Right Side Broadcasting. We're happy that certainly no one was. We're certainly happy that no one was hurt in this incident, and we hope it's not a sign of further incidents like this which are going to happen. So I will post on my Twitter at Lookner on Twitter at Lookner if I hear more about why this window broke, what the cause of it was, etc. Again, thanks to our moderators. Very much appreciated. Barbara Braley, Guinevere, and Common Sense and Glenn on the website. And thanks to people who donated. We are viewer supported. If you like Right Side Broadcasting and you want to keep it on the air, you can donate by going to the bottom of the YouTube chat. Click on the dollar sign at the bottom of the YouTube chat, or go to rsbn.tv/donate, rsbn.tv/donate. Okay, we're going to wrap up this stream right now. If you just are joining the stream, go rewind it, watch the beginning. You can see the whole thing. We talk about all the details. And that's it for right now. So thank you, everybody saying thank you in the chat room. People like Dan the Man, DM, Zoom, Trees Climbing Gear, Ryan, Mesla, and everybody else there. And maybe we'll see you later today with more breaking news here at Right Side Broadcasting. And I cracked Amir. Thank you for saying that on the Periscope chat. And BSicom6 on Periscope says cracked windows happen. Well, I don't know if they're supposed to happen like this on a major airline. But anyways, all right, we're going to wrap this up right now. Thanks for joining us, everybody. And we will see you soon with more news here at Right Side Broadcasting. Have a good day.